281-407. We see you. You'll be next after 281. Area code 281, you're live. Go ahead.
Hey, David, it's a huge relief to hear that you guys are okay, that you're keeping warm, and that you're eating. We've been waiting to hear from you all day. Um, my question is about
our communication for off. The FBI cut our communications off.
Yeah, we're doing this through a very crazy technology way. We're doing this through a three-way right now, so we're very lucky to be able to talk. So what was it that you're asking?
What's your ultimate vision for an end game here? Say the people do rise up to your cause and manage to change the system. What do you want to see built up in its place?
Well, I want to see the American people, first be able to take the stand and show the government who actually has the power. And I want good people to do it. I don't want to see riots. I don't want to see people burning and killing anything. You don't even have to have guns. People power in numbers. And I want to see Americans take back the country with the people, not for this corrupt voting system. I want to see the people take back the country.
Well, and do what with it? Do you want to see, separate sovereign states or some central federal government that's more representative?
I want to see America become the shining star, the shining light of the world that it was intended to be. I want to see this country spread its freedom, its love, its technology across the world so that the world will never live in poverty or see suffering at that. That's what I want to see America be.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out how we can do that, how we can get there. What sort of organizational group?
The people need to unite, and we need to throw out the corrupt goods out of our country and put good people in there. We need to take back all the corruption, take it out of there. That's the first step. First step is to get rid of the corruption in our country.
Yeah, I agree that the corporate money interest has far too much influence over our political system.
Right.
Right. Well, thank you so much.
That's step one. That's step two. Step one is America has to unite and get the balls to grow and get the strength, the courage to grow enough to step up against the tyrants.
Hell yeah.
Right now, they killed Lavoie. They murdered Lavoie, and everybody just runs away from the murderers. That's not right. We need to stand up against them.
Well, yeah, we've all been pretty conditioned to believe that if you raise a weapon at a cop, you're going to get killed. And even if Lavoie didn't have one, that's the same old story that they're going with. And I think, most people's concern is for our families, for our children, and for our own safety.
Yeah, we understand that. There's a lot of people who had to make sacrifices to get this country to where it was. And we're asking the men and women and children, 18 of the age, or, everybody. We need Americans to stand up and take the risk. Have to sometimes take a risk to preserve your freedom of your future generations and of yourself.
That's right.
People have to be willing to make sacrifices. The founding fathers, and all those people that fought against the British, the rest of the they made a great sacrifices to get their country to go here.
So, what's your opinion on the Fed and the Federal Reserve and that whole system?
Absolutely corrupt. It's absolutely corrupt. The Federal Reserve System is like a parasite sucking off the blood of the Americans.
Yeah, I think that's a huge part of the problem that we're having with our economy now.
Yes, the Federal Reserve, Edward, the former Attorney General, he made a statement that the bankers are too rich to jail because they actually threatened the economy. So the Federal Reserve threatens the economy anytime we threaten them. So they purposely try to throw our economy into a situation where they can make demands.
Yeah, that's right. They're holding us hostage with our ability to, meet our basic needs for life.
Right. And so even when the government officials admit that the bankers are too big to jail, what are the American people trying to do? Because the justice system just admitted they can't put the criminals in jail.
Well, yeah, they see us as the criminals, you know, but they're never at fault.
So the American people have to take action into their own hands if the government isn't willing to fight for our rights.
So, what message do you want to send to all the people who really care about you guys and are worried about your health and safety right now?
I say that to the American people that our time here is limited. Our time, our days are numbered, and that we can go any minute and we don't have any communications besides this is probably the last time you guys are going to hear our voice. And so we're hoping for a miracle. We're hoping for the Americans to rise up and stand up for their liberty.
Okay, David, Sandy, Sean, Jeff, you guys have a lot of people out here who love you. Stay strong. I'm going to let it
We love you a lot.
now.
Who supports us, we all love you a lot.
Hi. Thanks.
Okay, area code 360, you're up. 4007, you'll be next. 360, you're live on the air. Go ahead.
Hi, I was hoping to talk to David Fry.
Yes, this is he.
Yay! We have been following you since you got there. It is so good to hear you. Okay. Have you guys talked to, and I've looked, I thought I heard Sean talking to them. Have you guys talked to COWS, the Coalition for Western States? Representative Matt Shea? Are you guys, do you know who they are?
We do not know.
Okay. They were at the Bundy Ranch. They came and stood at the Bundy Ranch. What it is a coalition. I think probably maybe Revolution Radio knows who Coalition for Western States is. I know you don't have internet, so you can't look them up. I've tried to send you messages on Facebook. He's Matt Shea is a Washington State representative and a huge constitutionalist. They're an awesome group, and I don't know, you can't get on the internet at all now, can you?
No, we're currently doing podcast. Go on.
They were down at the refuge, and you may have been there right when you first got there. Do you remember the representatives that came and talked when they came and visited for the afternoon?
Okay.
It might have been before you got there, but they want to help. And Michelle Fiore, I think you guys might have talked to Michelle Fiore. It is an entire coalition of state representatives. They were told they couldn't come. The what?
Fuck the police.
The what? I couldn't hear you.
I didn't say anything there.
Oh, okay. I heard somebody was that somebody else in the background?
Yeah.
They stood on the Bundy Ranch. They came and stood at the Bundy Ranch as witnesses, and they want to help. You guys should talk to them. They will find a way to help. I've asked them. I know Matt Shea. I'm a medical cannabis advocate in Washington State, and so they've stepped in and helped us in some pretty crazy situations, but they want to help you guys. So I don't know, is there a way for them to get a call into you? I can pass the information to them that you'll talk to them.
Well, I think there might be a way if you try to talk to the radio host later if he sets something up with the other guy that's getting us through right now.
Okay.
Send an
talk to
email
him.
to Mr. Green 7285@gmail.com.
I'm standing in another room where it will be totally quiet. Can you tell me that again? I didn't have anything to write down with. Can you tell me the email again?
Yes, Mr. Green 7285
at
gmail.com.
Okay. So should I just email you and then we'll email it back and forth, and should I give COWS or Representative Matt Shea that email?
Right.
Okay.
Now that I've accomplished that, I'm sure that plenty of emails are going to be coming in, but I'll try to filter through it, and we'll label it however, and then I'll try to find it. I'll send it back.
Okay. These guys, and they won't give up. They won't give up ever. It's just so good to hear you guys still there. It's been like, there is so many thousands of people out there. I wish you could see the chat room, David, for all the horrible things people have been saying. The whole chat room is just full of people that love you guys. So
Thank you. Thank you all.
okay, I'm going to get off the phone and I'm going to send that email. And if you guys can ask around, ask about cows. I don't know who you can ask, but ask about the Coalition for Western States. David, Chris Ann Hall, and she's part of it. She's like their legal representative, but they're...
Hello?
Hi.
5919, stand by.
All right, so yeah, we'll try to get.
Okay.
Hopefully they'll get a hold of us.
Yeah, they'll call in and call you. I know Representative Shea will. So awesome. You guys hold strong.
All right, thank you very much. We are just inundated with callers. I have to keep this as short as possible. Next caller, please, Mr. Rowe.
Okay, area code 407.
Hey,
Yeah, listen. Hey, okay, hold on.
Thanks for being out there. My thoughts are with all you guys. I wanted to reach out before anything happened with Lavoy, and I didn't, and so I'm reaching out now. You got a lot of people with you guys in spirit. A lot of us are kind of coming out of the woodwork now. Along with us, I'm sure there's even plenty more lurkers that have your guys back as well. I got two questions, and I'll try to make them brief. One, what are your objectives? The four people at the refuge, David and others. What are your objectives that you hope to accomplish before you leave? You guys obviously aren't going to live there for the rest of your lives. That's not going to happen. And I believe we all know what you're talking about. When the rubber hits the road, we're talking about a revolution. And I believe a revolution has been in the works for a while. And these things do take time. And unfortunately, bloodshed comes with the revolution. And and propagating this or whatever part you're taking. And I think this is unfolding on multiple stages. You have the local stage, which you guys are like under that spotlight. You have the national stage, which is our revolution, and then you have the global stage, which is the fact that we are the backing currency for the nation, and the whole world looks to our leadership for pretty much anything. So this is I think this is way bigger than most people realize. If you look at the amount of military assets the FBI has just moved in there, I mean, I've heard reports of just ridiculous amounts of Black Hawk helicopters, even beyond Waco. It makes Waco look like crybaby stuff. What are your objectives? When would you guys leave? And I'm even thinking in an art of war kind of front, if they're supplying if they're basically setting up a mobile command center, a mobile they're basically mobilizing on you guys. Art of war, that's where their supply lines are. We move our fight somewhere else. But that would leave you guys out there all by yourselves. Nobody wants that. So what are your objectives? Do you guys still is it now that you want the Ammons released and the Bundys released? And what would you guys like to see before you go home? Because I think a revolution takes a lot of time. So I guess my question is I want you guys to be safe. So do you guys have any clear objectives or any way where you guys move on from what you're doing right now?
Okay, my opinion, my one statement would be that the American people, if they want a revolution, they can technically do it right now. If the American people actually all just got done with whatever they're doing, drop what they're doing, just start driving out here. If there's enough people meeting up at these checkpoints, just one checkpoint at a time or whatnot, just hundreds and hundreds of people, the government has no choice but to stand down. The government cannot tell all its citizens, otherwise there's no workforce. So the Americans at one point have to realize that they need to throw the government an ultimatum. You don't even have to bring guns. You don't have to bring guns.
I might have to disagree with you there, because I think they could do that. I think at this point, we're bringing guns to a drone fight. I think we're highly outclassed, and I don't think we really know what we're doing here. I think it would, this type of revolution would, I think what is occurring, what you guys are doing, what is unfolding right now, That
What
brings
you don't
about
understand, you don't understand that when you say that, you don't bring knives to a gunfight, whatever, when the American people decide to have a revolution, you guys are going to bring your little semi-automatic ARs and all this and whatnot, but the government always still has rockets and tanks and grenade launchers and grenades and they have everything, okay? And they got armored vehicles. So no matter what time that you decide to fight the government, you're always going to bring a pocket knife to a gunfight.
Yeah, you're always at a disadvantage.
That's what I'm saying. Is power is in the numbers, not in the weaponry. It doesn't matter what weapons you bring. I say you can bring completely be unarmed and you can win the fight if you just have power in numbers. Americans, there's enough good people out there to just group together in one big horde and just push right through and show the government that there's power in the people.
If those numbers aren't currently in our favor, I think what we're looking for really is an overall a change of mind of the state of the populace. We need everybody else to get on board and see I think once people start realizing, hey, these things are really affecting us, we really are being invaded, they really are just seizing our land and selling it all overseas. And once we see these things at home, and you're right, I think it is a race against time. We might be, it might be at a point where it might already be too late. But
well,
you guys have any clear objectives for your own?
If you sit there and keep casting doubt in people's hearts, it's never going to get done. This is the time to be. You tell people you could do it right now. This can be happened. You can make this change in America right now, tonight, today. You could do it. That's what you need to be telling people, not casting doubt. Americans have the power
to cast doubts, but I just think you have to be responsible in how you go about it, because I think Lavoie is a great freaking person. I've never met him personally, but that's a tragedy. That's a good dude. He raised 50 kids. That's a tragedy. So I think in how you go about doing this, you want to minimize the amount of, especially innocent and good lives lost. There are people that get caught up in the crossfire. This is very serious. I don't think you could be as aimless as it was. This is tactical. They have entire command centers and commanders. You guys should at least be on the same page. You've got to fight fire with fire. If you guys want to stand a chance. And I think I think the federal government has time and time again shown us that they don't play fair, and they don't need to play fair. And they don't, and because of that, it's an unfair war that you guys are fighting. And I think that if you're gonna fight it on that front, then you guys gotta be more tactical and fight fire with fire.
Well, if that's your opinion, fight fire with fire, you're never going to win, because the government always has the better weaponry. The only way you're going to win this is with the people's support and with a lot of faith. And so you can win this battle without ever have to even lift a gun. That's what I've been trying to tell people. You can win this war without even having to lift a gun. Just quit paying taxes is maybe one. Just quit paying property taxes. All Americans all together at one point at the same time. What is the government going to do? Power in numbers, people. Rise up. That's what people need to do. All rise up together in numbers.
Yeah, but but then we're talking, that's a whole different argument. It's an economic argument. Money's printed out of thin air, quite literally. So it's like I said, it's a multifaceted front. I'm just wondering if you guys had any clear objectives that you guys wanted to achieve, because and following the stories, that's the one thing that I don't think that even in the alternative media, I don't see any headlines as to what you guys there, and I think what you guys have called for is basically a revolution, and I think that's in the works. But is there any other clear objectives you guys have? I guess that's kind of my main question. I didn't mean to tear and rant on all the other stuff. So,
well, my clear objective is to show Americans, that you don't have to sit around and wait for something to happen. The Americans, like I said, they can make change happen within themselves. They don't have to rely on representatives, on congressmen, or presidents. If they really want some change, the Americans could do it at will. Just be smart about it.
Yeah, you're definitely leading by example. So yeah, I just wanted to know if you guys put any thought into that. But my thoughts and prayers are with you guys. I wish you the best of luck. I hope everything turns out great for everybody and this country. I'm sorry for everything that's happened, and you guys take care. Okay.
Hey, thank you. You too. Take care, buddy.
All right. Bye bye.
Okay, we've got 251 and then 919. You'll be up after 251. 251, you're live on the air. Go ahead.
David Fry, I just want to go ahead and let you know, man, you've got some serious fortitude, and there are a lot of people that are admiring what you are doing. And I have to tell you, trolls get everybody angry. Don't let them get to you. There's always going to be those that are angry because they can't do what you're doing right now. So they're going to do their best to pull everybody down. Now, I do
Right.
in regards to the division among patriots, what would you have to say to those that can't seem to get their act together, that keep arguing back and forth among each patriot? What would you say to them?
I would say that everybody has faults. The people need to realize to look past the faults and unite to fight the common enemy, which is the untruth, which is the people who want to spread the lies, all that. Those are the common enemies. So if we can realize that we're allies and working together, just look past the faults, forgive each other for the faults, help maybe even, you know, if it's a mistake that someone's constantly making, maybe you can help each other, you know, lift each other up and get past those. But we can't sit there and bicker and fight if there's the common enemy still out there.
Which is very true. And, you know, I do have another question, David. Dealing with, you know, the federal authorities, have they shown any overly aggressive tactics? You know, flying drones super low, you know, pop shots in your direction? Any attempts to get any aggression towards them?
I would say that the first sign of aggression was when the police opened fire on the vehicle in Lavoie. That's a sign of aggression. The second form of aggression was they came out here with a couple vans and unleashed this remote-controlled drone that was flying very low, like right above us pretty much, and I had to shine a spotlight on it just to get it out of the way, and it flew away, because I guess they can't see night vision with the lights on there. But that was kind of scary. They drove away, and now they cut off all our communications. Like, I can't make outbound calls. I can't browse the internet. Inbound calls are now limited. They're basically now almost about to snuff us out completely. So I'm really thinking once they hear about this, they're going to cut this communication out completely too. So they're pretty aggressive in a stance. They use a lot of mind games, a lot of manipulation to try to get you to, you know, back away and back down and whatnot. And eventually they're going to resort to force once you don't comply to their peaceful measures. But it's getting pretty scary now because we're about to be blacked out.
And what would you also say to anybody that is going to be media entering in the area? Have you noticed the FBI has been causing media or anybody that would be a type of media to be stopped?
A type of what?
Are they not allowing any type of media to have any coverage whatsoever of the area? Are they not allowing even anybody other than you guys to just talk to one or two people?
Correct. They haven't been letting anybody in, not even media. So this is like the only communication you're probably going to hear from the inside here.
Well, again, David, I want to tell you, you got some serious guts, man. And I hope every patriot listening to this will, you know, look at your example and understand that we are fighting a common enemy. I thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. You have a good one.